As you can see, the car is now in the shop. That means I'm getting started on pulling the motor. The first steps I'm going to do is the stuff underneath the car. I'm going to go under, disconnect the cables for the transmission, and then pull the wheels off and pull the axles out. That way I could have all that stuff done and then bring the car back onto the ground and start pulling the motor from that point on. I think I'm going to end up rolling the car back out of the way when I lift the motor up, since I don't have a lot of faith in being able to roll the cherry picker. I think having the car back on the ground and will be the easiest way to do it. I didn't have the camera on me and I had some people around, so I didn't really want to film on my phone. But I made a little bit of progress the other night and I'm going to continue on tonight. What I did the other night was finish pulling the fuse box off and pull the wiring harness up out of the firewall. To get at that, you need to go through the car, unbolt the ECU, and go in, pull the wires out, unplug everything, and you could feed it through the firewall. My next step is going to be to pull the axles out. The trans is drained and everything is undone. It's just a matter of pulling them out of the trans. I'm probably going to be fighting with them, but that's ready to go, and then I could go ahead, drain the coolant out, and continue working on pulling the rest of the motor. After these are out, I'm going to change the steering knuckles to the ones I have off the SI. That way the wheel bearing's good and the mushroomed steering knuckle bolt is not going to be a problem anymore. Rather than pressing out the bearings, I'm just going to change the whole knuckle. It's easier for me to do that since I don't have a press. And based off how tight everything was to come off, I don't think those bearings are coming out anyways. After a little bit of prying, that is the passenger side axle out, as well as with some finagling, we got the driver's side out. I'm going to go to the outside of the car and pull them through the strut fork, fight around there, and these came off a lot easier than I expected. Was one hit with a pry bar and they came out. Passenger side is all put back together without the axle in it. I didn't put the cotter pins in as I'm going to be taking it apart soon enough to put the axles back in it. Coming over to the driver's side, I undid the 17 mil nut up there so then I could pop off the steering knuckle and the 17 mil nut on the bottom of the tie rod end, as well as a third one on the bottom of the steering knuckle itself, as well as two 17 mil bolts to pull the caliper off. And just like that, the knuckle is off. I'm going to be putting the one off the donor car and putting it back together and the wheel on so then I could pull the jack stands off and put the car back on the ground. One thing I'm doing while this is going on is switching to the SI spindles. This is allowing me to go to a bigger rotor, which is, I'm guessing, about 20 mil bigger. Yes, they are used, but there's still some life in them and they're not scarred. They're just dirty. So budget brake kit for the hatch. Still going to be running drums in the rear since the SI was a drum brake car. But this is one subtle upgrade that will be going on the car. If I turn around, you will see that the Y7 is now out of the car. And the park brake seized on this thing, so now I have a rope tied to the Tundra. And I'm going to roll the car backwards. That way I could put the engine back on the ground and go to bed. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Not all that tired. I didn't do much last night other than like work on the car, but I did sleep lots yesterday, so this will be on the ground very shortly, and that means the swap is that much closer to going in.